I felt I wasn't heard. I wouldn't say I was happy in general. Things were a bit rocky with me.
I've always tried to stay away from that. I don't like gangs, and you see people my age, they're not on the right path.
I didn't feel wanted. I didn't feel like I had a place to be. I was running away, getting called by the police.
My mental health wasn't really good because I felt like no one really cared about me, no one wanted me, and I just wanted that acceptance, and it got to a point that I felt like I had enough.
I was diagnosed with a spinal cord injury. It was during COVID as well, so it's pretty lonely.
Youth work can be so many things. It could be a women's empowerment group, it could be a chess club, it could be so many different things. It's just what the young people need, and that can take place anywhere.
When we go to a youth club, very rarely you see someone upset or sad. If they are, then somebody's always there with them. That's the main thing I see, everybody smiling, laughing, having fun.
We do a lot of amazing activities with a lot of young people, but for me it's more about the conversations you have with young people and the activities themselves.
I've had health complications all my life. They ran every test under the book, you know, I was in and out of my bed for ages until they finally diagnosed me, which was kind of a relief to finally know what was going on. But the fact that they said that it's for life, that was a big kind of shock to me.
All you see in hospital is vulnerability. You have to be quite mentally resilient to deal with changes to maybe like your medication or changes to your health. If you've got to be part of the NHS for your whole life in most of these young people's cases, actually there's not much room in the medical model for you to deviate from that if life gets in the way, which it obviously so often does.
Detached youth work is literally go into where young people are. We'll go to parks and areas, you know, maybe some hotspots where there's been a few issues, and we'll just talk to young people we don't know. Talk to a group of 6 young people, and one might say, been kicked out of school, for example, and it's about, all right, what can you do to get yourself back into school? What support do you need? You know, do you know there's a youth club around the corner that might be able to help do that as well?
I think for the young people who are part of our local schools, not just Oasis schools, it's a chance to come here and have a different approach to education. I think it enables young people to understand more about life, more about themselves, where their purpose and their value is coming from, through working with animals in a natural environment within the inner city.
So I was assigned with a mentor called Alison, and it was assigned by Stu, and it really, really helped me. One thing that never really happens to me was she actually listened to what I had to say and my feelings and how I felt.
You know, when we work with young people, we're trauma-informed, we're looking at things from their perspective. How might they see the world? How do they need to be understood? We devise a bespoke package of how we can provide them that support and what they need to achieve those goals. So for me, you know, it's not just clocking out at 5 o'clock, it's about how can I actually make a lasting impact to that young person's life.
There has to be an element of social value of what we do. We're putting back in the community, and we've got a strong track record of developing young people.
So there was one time where me and a couple of my friends who was by the hub all sat around the bench and we speak about mental health. We were talking about coping mechanisms, like how to deal with it, like how it comes in the form of I've taken those skills on and I've like developed even better coping mechanisms.
This works really well when it's in partnership. We try and create an ecosystem approach around the young people and their families.
They support you whilst you're in the hospital. They support you whilst you're outside of it. They support you whilst you're at the youth club, or when you're just recovering. You know that whatever you do and you choose to do, they will be there to help.
They teach you all these skills like time management, teamwork, you know, the positive impact of it. And I'm going back college in September, which is this coming month. Start afresh, you know, let's say it's a new beginning.
Before, I felt lost and felt like I didn't have anywhere to go. Compared to now, I feel like I have somewhere to go. I am probably the happiest I've been for ages, and I can feel like myself again.
I learned a lot of things about myself in general. I learned that life's moving quite fast, and if I still have that same attitude I think I said I had in year 7, 8, year 9, I don't think I'll be able to grow and evolve properly in the right way.
He was a young person on a project, then became a volunteer working with those young people. And then in the last year or so, he's actually come onto payroll. We like to grow our own young people.
I'm really looking forward to my future because Aki has given me that boost.
A big part of the youth work is not just about the youth, it's about the growing up. They've just been able to steer me in the right direction of growing and maturing and becoming a better person.